Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to my channel. On today's video, I have a few new pans in my collection and I wanted to share them with you. Between eyeshadow, bronzer, blushes, and whatnot. If you want to see the new pans in my collection, then just keep on watching. I'm trying to stop myself from purchasing products this year since my family and I are planning to move. And you guys know moving is a hassle. So for me, it's super exciting to hit new pans and to finish products because my goal for this year is to finish as many products as I can and enjoy my collection because I came into a lot of new makeup last year that I got as either as PR. I didn't get that much PR, but I got two big boxes that were gifts from a friend. Okay, you guys, so I have four bronzer pans, and the one that I'm going to show you is actually a highlighter, but I'm going to count it as a bronzer because I use it as a bronzy glow for my body, and it's this one. This is the Marc Jacobs Omega Glaze All Over Foil Luminizer in the shade Guilty. Marc Jacobs Beauty is no longer sold anywhere, it has been discontinued, but this beauty right here, I used to love it when I had a full tan on my body, like fake tan, the deepest tan that I would get, and then I would use a darker foundation on my face and I would use this as a highlighter. But this is too deep for me as it is. It's beautiful, buttery, but you can see it right here. This is too gold and too dark for me. You can see it right here. These will give me like a dark, shadowy highlighter, and I'm not that into that type of highlighter. I find that it transforms the face in an unflattering way and I'm not into it. I've been using these on my body, or just if I use a foundation that's a hint too dark, I will just buff it on my collarbone, on my neck, on my chest, just a hint of it, and it will basically even out my skin, but it will also give me a glow. And I hit pan in the center. You can see it has a dip that I know it's gonna have major pan soon, but it has pan, like it shows the grid in the center. I'm gonna do close-ups so that you guys can see, but this is a huge product, so for me the fact that I hit pan on a highlighter, quite an accomplishment, since even though I use it on my body, I'm not wasteful with my product. This one is a powder foundation that I showed you on my most recent video. The one that I shopped my stash for makeup that I took with me on a trip and then I used it for an entire month. And this is the Becca Perfect Skin Mineral Powder Foundation, and mine is in the shade Noisette. I have one more shade because I finished one before, and all three shades that I had, I used them as bronzers. So this one has major pan. I hit pan on this one during the trip and I've kept using it as a bronzer. It's the perfect shade of bronzer for me. It's light to be a bronzer and it's more on the neutral side, but when I build it on my skin it looks like the most natural bronzer and it gives you a hint of coverage. I have so many bronzers that I've been loving that I got last year that I just want to focus on the bronzers that are older in my collection, or products like this one that are discontinued in my collection. I just want to rotate my collection a little bit. So if I finish a few bronzers soon, or just this year, if I finish a few bronzers and remove them from my collection, even though I enjoy them, I will be happy with it because this has years in my collection. So yeah, it has a big pan and I know I can finish this year. On my last products that I hit pan on video, I wanted to show you this one, but this was the only product that I forgot. So this I hit pan on last year, and this is the Extra Dimension Bronzer by MAC in the shade Aphrodite's Shell. And you can see that I have pan right here, and all of this is super thin. And this is the gelée type of formula, so it's not an easy formula to hit pan on. You have to use it and abuse it. And I didn't think that I was using it and abusing it, but I guess I did. This is an older bronzer. This is probably 10 years, like 9 years old. But I've used it throughout the years. I've grabbed for it because I hit pan on it, but I didn't think that I used it that much since I never use it 2 days in a row or 3 days in a row. I just grab for it once in a while, but it has taken me 10 years to hit pan on it, and I think I can finish this. I'm hoping that I can finish a lot of things that are older in my collection and that are good, because these bronzer, it's more of a pinky tone bronzer. It's more on the neutral side. It's not one of those that is too orangey for me. And then these really surprised me, and this is a recent pan that I hit. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in the shade Light Medium. This was in my 2022 favorites. It's one of those cream bronzers. It's, I think, my favorite cream bronzer from last year. This one, the NARS and the Charlotte Tilbury are my favorite, but the NARS and this one are my top two. And this one, it's definitely one that I reach for a ton. I know this has less product than the NARS one, but I've reached for this one way more than the NARS one. I'm not surprised that I hit pan on it, but I'm surprised about how quickly I did, because I used so little of it. I think that I should have gotten a lighter shade, but I didn't think I was gonna do this. This could be a product to finish this year because I love it so much and I can use it without thinking about it that much. It blends into the skin beautifully. For cheek products, I have here my Ambient Lighting Edit Mini Sculpture Unlocked. And I've shown this one before because this was in my Pan That Face Palette project last year. And you will see it in my Pan That Face Palette project this year for sure. And I have pan on this one, and I think I showed this one on my last products that I did pan on, but it's almost completely empty. This is the Soft Light Ambient Lighting Powder. But I recently, last week, a few days ago, I hit pan on the highlighter and I kept digging on it, and I'm seeing the grid in the bronzer. So I haven't hit pan on it yet, but you will see it on another video like this one pretty soon. But these highlighter I hit pan on, so 2 highlighters I hit pan on this year, and I'm super excited for that. I'm hoping that I can finish this palette this year. This will be my main palette for the Pan That Face Palette project. So those are 5 products and 6 pans in those products. Then I was using this one yesterday or the day before yesterday. This is the Naughty Nudes by Huda Beauty. And I love the new nudes by Huda Beauty, but this one, I didn't use it as much before, but I've been using it and abusing it because this, for me, it's sort of like the Patrick Ta Major Dimension 2. It has shades that I do love to use and that complement my eyes beautifully. And recently, I hit pan in 2 shades of it. I don't know if the last time that I showed it, I only had pan in 1 shade or no pan whatsoever. But I hit pan in the shade Flower Power and Irresistible, which are these 2 shades right here. I've been using this palette quite a bit. Now it has 5 pans. So I have pan on this shade right here, these 2 that are my recent pans, little pan right here, and a huge pan on this one. And I removed the cream eyeshadow that it came with, that is so disgusting, because I pushed it and like smooshed it so that it looked more normal, but it was smelling bad. It was just time and I didn't want to have it there stinking my entire eyeshadow palette. So recently I removed that pan and just got rid of the cream because it was disgusting. That counts for 8 pans for 2023 so far. And you guys, I think I have hit more pan in eyeshadow palettes, but I can't remember because I never write them down. That's good because I usually hit pan in my Natasha Denona eyeshadow palettes, and the fact that I'm hitting pan in other palettes that I love, it's just the best thing for me. I think I showed you on my last products I hit pan on video that I had hit pan on this blush. This is the Blush with Light Blush Trio palette by Becca, and this is again an oldie, it has about 6 years. But I do love this palette. Becca blushes, they still have one of my favorite formulas. I wish Smashbox had adopted the Becca blushes. And then recently I hit pan in the shade Sunbird. I don't know if I have this as a single, I think I do, but I do want to finish this palette this year. I take this with me on my makeup artistry kit and I use it on myself. But these 2 shades are just wonderful for bridal and for bridesmaids. Depending on if they are warm tone or cool tone, I will use them. But these Pinky Blush Wisteria is beautiful. And this one I know I have it as a single. So if I finish these two blushes, I will pass this blush on to my little sister. She has deeper skin and this will look like a beautiful flush on her cheeks. And I'm happy that I have one more pan in it. And I actually have two little pans in it for 9 pans this year so far. And then last but not least, I have the Jaclyn Hill palette. I purchased this for my two sisters-in-law and they have crazy amounts of pan. One of them in a lot of shades and the other one has about 3 or 4 pans, but it's their main palette because this palette was super high quality. Regardless of Jaclyn Hill, this is a good palette and it's a good staple palette if you have a makeup artistry kit and you want quality eyeshadows. I know they changed the formula, but I'm talking about the original one. If you have it, pull it out. And recently, here in Barranquilla, where I was doing makeup this past week, it's the Carnival. And that's just a huge party. It lasts 4 days, but people start partying for about 2 weeks before that, and they do costumes and they want to have colors and whatnot. So I pulled this out because it has neutrals, it has a black, and it also has these pops of color because my clients look for me to do like an eye look like the one that I have with a pop of color in the lower lash line or in the inner corner. They are not looking for me to do a crazy eye look because they know that's not my makeup style. I do more bridal and subdued and beautiful, expensive looking makeup. But if they want a pop of color, I wanted to have a purple or this teal color. And I used the purple the most. When I was using it, I was grabbing for this one for the people that were going to bridal parties or just to weddings. I hit pan on this shade, you guys. This is so buttery and beautiful, and I've used it on myself before, but the fact that I have pan on this palette took me by surprise because this is not a palette, even though I've reached for it, it's not a palette that I gravitate towards a ton since I have other brands that I prefer, and since this is a bigger palette, I don't take it out to play that often. So yeah, this is another pan, and I think that completes 10 pans for the beginning of the year. So for 2023, 10 new pans, and I'm hoping that I can keep panning way more makeup because it is exciting and I do want to finish a lot of my makeup products this year. Always remember that I leave a question in the comment section below so we can chat and start a conversation about beauty products. Let me know always what you want to see next on my channel. I upload videos Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays if everything is going good in my life, and I try to keep my uploads. I'm a YouTuber that takes into consideration the amount of makeup that I bring into my collection because I already have a huge collection. I already went through all of the stages of buying too much makeup, and what I want to do is enjoy my collection. I'm a Natasha Denona lover. Recently, I also became a Pat McGrath crazy lover. If you like that type of content, I will do Natasha Denona week this year and a whole bunch of new videos with project panning and using up my products in mind. So if you like that, please stay tuned, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I love you, and I guess I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.